Intelligence opens doors, opportunities knock, but it is dedication and motivation that walk you through, leading you to success. Hello and welcome to this dynamic guidance session brought to you by Innerve, IGTW's Technical Annual Fest. It is truly such an honor to have all of you over here, and we promise this is going to be a very insightful and inspiring discussion. Today, we are gathered here to hear from someone whose accolades continue to echo through the walls of our universe. From earning numerous internships and scholarships to working on very innovative projects, from interning at Uber all the way to bagging the dream job as a software engineer at Amazon Dublin. Off campus, might I add, this brilliant mind has really done it all. I could not be more excited for her to take us through our journey, and I am so sure that the same goes for the rest of us. So, without further ado, I invite you to settle in, and I would like to welcome our wonderful star alumni, Miss Ojasvi Tyagi. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prisha. Hello, everyone. So, here I'll share my journey from 2018 to 2023 till date. I have divided this into 5 phases, as you can see on the screen. Let's talk about the first stage, which is entering college. So, when I was in 12th, along with my non medical science subjects, I had C. And like to my experience, I found it the most easiest subject because mostly I think because I did not had to prepare for like J and give C plus was not a subject that appeared in J, so I was not afraid of it, and I really enjoyed it. So when after throughout my counseling process, I was I had choices between subjects to choose from. So it was clearly computer science for me because I thought that maybe this is the most easiest engineering that I can do, and I was getting IGDTW, which had a good background and a good record. So I joined it and had a basic first year, I would say, uh, similar to uh, what you might already had. So it included like we attended classes, we took notes, we had registers. It was similar to like something we do in school, not much of a college vibe, but yeah, attending classes, taking notes, and understanding what Shalini ma'am taught in the classes. uh, Also, this also included like joining societies and making amazing friends. And like I- I'm till date very grateful that I found an incredible group of friends and seniors here at IGDTU, and they hold a big credit to everything that I have achieved till date. So let's get to the facts. What everything happened in the first year. So which included that eventually in the first year I joined a coding course from Coding Blocks just to get my basics clear. So I was not devoting much time in school to C++ and data structures, etc. So in the first year, I decided that I have to do a course in order to get my basics cleared up. So I did a Java course in the first year. And by the end of the course, the instructor advised me that I should do a TA-ship there so that it really extends to my learning. But like any other girl, I was not confident. And I simply said, no, I don't think I can do that. And she said that maybe take your time, take few months off, just revise what all we did. Maybe you can talk to me later. I said okay, okay, that's fine. So that ended the story. I said no. And then time passed. Me and my friends kept on revising and doing DSA questions. And one fine day, I decided to let's give a TA interview and see if things uh, fall in place. So I went for the TA interview, and it happened. I got selected, and this added a whole new perspective of what I thought coding was. So before that, I was a student. I was told what to code. I had a habit of asking what is going wrong with my code. I had a habit of just listening what the teacher is saying. But when I joined coding blocks as a TA, my habits got changed. So we see a certain dynamic shift where I, personally in my life I did not then like um, had that this attitude of what is going wrong in my code, because now I had to find what is going wrong in your code. So the that expanded my brain cells, I would say, and it was really beneficial for me because it helped me gain more strength over basics of Java, DSA, algorithms, etc. So I think this happened towards the end of first year, and then just during the beginning of the second. And I think it came to a good end, though I did not achieve like many things in the first year, but I did explore friendships. I explored Delhi. I learned basics of Java and DSA, which was my only goal in the first year. So I was taking also a bit like chill just after 12th class. So I was not ready to like hustle as much as I did before. So I was just more interested in doing what I actually want to do. So this all happened in the first year, and by the end of the first year, I realized few important things in life, which is that CGPA is really important. So I would say in college, a good CGPA is really important, and one should never neglect this fact. One should always like focus and ensure, try their best to get a great CGPA, maximum CGPA they can. Apart from that, I realized that uh, by the end of first year, it is a good time to decide what you actually want to do in the remaining years of your college, so that no more time gets wasted. So I decided that so I enjoyed DSA a lot, and I saw that like the process to getting an SD role or an SD job requires DSA algorithms and interviews, preps, etc. I decided that my entire 3 years of college will be now going to preparing for a DSA role. Oh, for an SD role. I'm sorry. Um, so I think that formulated what I have to do in the next 3 years of college, and starting the next phase, which is the college life, which is second, third year, I would say, I had a clarity in mind that now I have to get a good internship. So for that, I had a plan to like continue doing DSN algorithms. What else one has to do to get that? But a lockdown happened, so like no college life, I would say, but an amazing um, journey towards self improvement. I would say lockdown was a golden phase for me. So during the lockdown, I actually discovered that one thing that I enjoy doing a lot is just like giving mock interviews and solving lead code, etc. It gave a sudden rush of excitement that I really enjoyed. So I devoted most of my time over there. Unfortunately, I did not like inclined myself towards development much. I did it just for the sake of having some projects on my resume, but I was not interested. I was just interested in like doing question banks, doing just giving mock interviews, talking to seniors about their interview experiences, talking to seniors about how the company is treating them, or how like what all appeared in their interview process or OA rounds. That was more interesting. So so this is now the story of the lockdown, where just before lockdown I had joined another like course, uh, just for another coding course. I would say it was a level 2 kind of coding course. Me and my friends together we joined, and we had a routine that during college we are solving questions, and then after college we together are going to like we together are attending that course. We together later are solving questions, solving assignments together in the classroom. We are sort of competing with each other, and that who'll answer the question first or who'll debug the question first. So I would say that um, this really gave a flow learning state to what I want to achieve. So if I want, if a person has a target to achieve something X, so to achieve that X, if one is sure of what all things are required to be done, and they do it in a flow learning state of brain, I think that really helps. So me and my company, I think we had our brains were in a flow learning state, and we were not concerned with the world much. We just had like we really enjoyed solving questions back then, and then just challenging each other that तूने तो इतने करे हैं, मैंने तो इतने कर लिए हैं, देख मेरा आंसर पहले आ गया है, देख तूने इसको ऑप्टिमाइज नहीं करा है. I think that company environment and that excitement to solve um, gave me a huge foundation to grasp things quickly and learn in a team. Then lockdown happened, and throughout the lockdown, I just focused on two things, which is one, solving DSA question bank, and two, working out and exercising just to be more healthy and fit. So I believe that lockdown was a golden time because physically, mentally, and even academically, I was doing well. I was taking care of myself. So I would say that uh, if your aim is to appear for an interview, if your aim is to uh, basically give an OA and get a good internship, you need to really take care of yourself. I think you need to really take care of your mental health, because it is very, very difficult, especially at the beginning of the internship drives or the placement drives. It is not easy. Um, you'll feel weird feelings that you think that you might not have felt, but you'll feel them. You'll feel negative emotions, like towards yourself or maybe towards any other person or company. So during this time, it is really important that you take care of yourself. You make sure that you are not just sitting on the laptop, you're actually moving your body. This is really important. Apart from that, whenever you are like whenever you have scheduled time to practice, you actually sit down with a positive attitude. Even if the question is difficult, you are grateful that at least you came across this difficult question, because if it were your first time in an actual test or an interview, it would have been worse. So just be grateful throughout the journey of your preparation, as I would say. This is what all philosophies I gained during lockdown and my second third year. So when the second year came to end, this was the time when internship drive is about to happen. We are now moving very, very close to when companies start actually visiting college. So in IGDTU, I mean the month, not sure what month. So back in my time, the month was July end, and uh, companies started visiting in order. I'm assuming I will not disclose the order, but you know the order of companies, or the companies that come to college in the first week are the really heavy companies. Also because it is just the start of the week and nobody has any idea of what is going on, and everybody's just so scared and uh, just competing with each other. I don't know. um, so yes, it was me. I had sleepless nights, and I was really scared, really afraid. I was thinking that maybe everything that I had prepared does not exist in my brain anymore. So this is again the time that you have to just take care of yourself throughout the college. Nobody else can take care of yourself throughout this journey. So when the companies come really close to you, your preparation gets changed in a way that the company demands. So for example, in the case of Uber, for me, when Uber was about to come, my preparation uh, changed in a way that instead of doing the generic set of questions that I used to practice on, or any new question that I just open like question bank and start doing question. That is not the case now. The preparation is required to be done in a way that the company might actually ask for. So for Uber, according to my research back then, I found out that graphs and DP were a major portion of interest that Uber holds. So 2 days I just gave to graph and DP. I did not like touched any other concept. I said, since the majority of things are graph and DP, I don't have much time. So graph and DP it is. And then we gave the Uber OA, which was 3 questions in 90 minutes. I would say they were of a level: one easy, one medium, one hard question. One easy question was of, uh, I think, prime numbers and some math question. The second question, which is of medium level, it was um, it was something related to arrays and hash maps. So you can like optimize an array question using a hash map. And the third question was obviously DP, and it took most of my time. But at the end, the 3 questions passed, and then came the interviews. For me, there were 3 interviews again. So, first interview, which was a low level system design interview, along with the concepts of OOPS. So, do not assume that I had prepared system design. I had not prepared system design. And basically, I treated the interview as uh, just a discussion. So, like, the interviewer just gives you some situations, conditions. He basically demands that you create some classes and objects. So I treated the interview like I have to build a system using classes, objects. So concepts of OOPS, I would say. uh, we abstract few classes, or we how we encapsulate things to just improve the way it can be done in production, I would say. So this was a discussion and coding assessment kind of round. The next interview at Uber was the coding test, problem solving, which included a DP question again. So DP question that can be done by graphs as well. So I did it using DP. I don't remember the question, but it was fun. uh, Last interview was a hiring manager interview, which was divided into 2 halves. The first half, which was a coding problem discussion, where we are using heaps to optimize something which is similar to that might be happening at Amazon fulfillment centers. So a problem related to though that, and we are using heaps to do something. So I don't remember, but the discussion was around those things. And the other half was a hiring manager behavior kind of questions. And this was all about it. The interviewers ended. Everything went well. um, and I did not sleep because the result did not came out. And so but eventually when it did, I was really really grateful. I was really excited to join Uber, because for internship, or for I mean, maybe for full time, Uber has been like my dream, the OG dream company. So for me, um, so yes, I was very happy, very excited. We celebrated. But what all I learned, like, through this stage of my life, is that it is important to enter flow state if you want to achieve things. uh, it is really important that you have a great company which has which uh, a company which has almost the same vision as you want to have. And thirdly, like, identify what you are interested in and try to do it, because that is the only thing that uh, you'll you'll really enjoy. And I think this is what life is all about. And lastly, use LinkedIn keep keep an eye on what everybody's doing. People are doing so many things, and using LinkedIn to like just observe what people are doing, learning. I mean, for sure, there must be things that you yourself can do and achieve just by seeing a LinkedIn post or just by talking to someone on LinkedIn. So, like that is also really important. We are moving towards the third phase, which is internship. So, my Uber internship has been like the most rewarding and learning experience of my life. I loved my time at Uber. Like when I had to make a decision between Uber and Amazon to join us full time, I spent months just confused because I was not ready to leave Uber. I was not ready to leave Uber because I had an amazing internship experience at Uber. Like when I joined Uber, everybody was from some IIT, be it like my co-intern, be it like someone from the team, etc. And I was just hit by a major imposter syndrome, and I was like, what I'm doing here, I cannot do anything here. I, मैं गलती से आ गई हूँ, मे बी कुछ मेरा लक चल गया है, आई डोंट थिंक आई बिलोंग टू दिस कंपनी, बस हो गया मेरा, मेरे को नहीं करना. I was really scared, but I'm so grateful to like my managers and mentors of my team. They really so in during internship, so I'll share my experience, and I'm assuming that most of the companies do the same and most of the people will have the great experience. So the people really ensure that you have a great time. They really take care of yourself if you are ready to like have a learn and be curious kind of attitude. So during internship it is required that you're curious, you are full of energy, because you, as an intern, you have a very limited amount of time in company, and in this limited amount of time you have to ensure that everybody starts uh, like appreciating you and like remembering you in their conversations, etc. So during in my time at Uber, I worked at machine learning and integrating that model in the back end. Do not assume that I like did machine learning. I did not do machine learning before joining Uber. So my mentor gave me like 4 5 days to just learn basics of machine learning, how things are happening, etc. And then we started deep diving into what is actually what we have actually have to do. So engineering at Uber is very dynamic and fast. Also, I liked it because I personally use Uber a lot. So everybody does use Uber, and they know they themselves are the customers. So when I actually got a chance to be a developer at Uber, because at the same thing on which I was a customer before, so it just like it. I think there's a meme where the brain expands to a different kind of light is what I felt. So this was an amazing experience because you yourself start creating solutions to the problem, and those solutions might not have been discussed in the meeting, and then you start presenting your own ideas, but you are just a small intern and those people are like ninjas. But then when you like discuss your solution and you see that they are really appreciating, that is when you realize, okay girl, I think I can do software engineering. Okay girl, I think this can be done. So I think internships hold an importance in realizing whether you can do this thing throughout your life, or maybe for some more years of your life or not. So internships in that way are really important. I think what I learned during my internship is project planning, timely execution of tasks, um, software development cycle in general, and how companies like organize themselves in terms of how to deliver their software efficiently. I learned a lot around collaboration, so collaborating within team and outside team if you need. So as an intern, I used to reach out to like staff software engineers of other teams, maybe from like someone from Seattle or someone from maybe the same location, but she was a staff software engineer at a different team. So she I used to invite her just to like have a one on one with me because I'm facing an error, because I'm facing like a problem that I want to gain her feedback on so that I can like build a new solution to it. So you can talk to anyone in the company. The more you talk, the more you communicate and expand your network within the company, uh, will give you more impact and will add it to your you like your profile if you want to like stay in that company and get a PPO. Apart from that one big advice that was given to me during my time was, uh, so have you heard of like the burger and the fries theory? So so the burger and the fries theory is, I think this is the most interesting theory that I came across, which is like if you're given a burger, like you are happy that wow, okay, I'm given a burger, I love burger, I'll eat it. But if you're served a burger with fries on side, you have the great time. So I think throughout your life, if someone asks you for a burger, try that you offer a fry on the side. So in during the internship, so this for what this will do is that people will start, um so you will eventually uh, build some make something which is unique. Everyone will give burger, but you are offering burger with fries on the side. So if you're interning at a company, everyone will have like a technical project to work on. Everyone will be given a problem to solve, and you will code and you will basically solve the problem, present in the PPT, etc. But how can you serve fries on the side? You can actually serve fries on the side by maybe doing something for the company which the company is not asking you to do for it. For example, for me, what I did was, apart from like contributing to the internship project that I was given, I also contributed to hosting a worldwide global intern week at Uber. So I basically conducted games. At conferences, I hosted fireside chats, and I collaborated with seven other interns from different countries. And we had an organizing committee. We had meetings with HRs from Amsterdam, from USA, and we all together, I think we were 10 people. We sat down like uh, during the late evenings. We used to prepare what all events we can conduct. We used to prepare how we can um, like conduct fireside chat with the like Uber leaders, etc. So apart from the usual technical thing that one is doing at a company, if they start also like doing something which is not asked, which is just a little extra, you s- you'll get an a big additional advantage. So during the end of the internship, my HRs reached out to like my manager with an LOR sort of thing, that hey, before you like do anything, or like so hey, you are just making like a report for Ojasvi. Here is what some additional stuff I have to share with you. So they basically shared letters of like um, appreciation that most like she devoted this time to us as well, and we conducted these things, and we handled LinkedIn account for Uber, etc, etc. So you might not have a similar global intern week at your company, or anything which might require like your co-curricular kind of contribution to a company. You can also look out for opportunities which are they might be as small as writing a document. So every company has their like a knowledge base or a knowledge bank where engineers basically write their documents and what all they have learned. So as an intern also, while you are working on your project, you can actually just write articles for the company, that this something is. So for example, if I'm working on something, I can write an article. Nobody asks you to write a document for the company, nobody asks you to write an article while you are interning. uh, but you can do so even without asking. You can and later on present to your manager that, hey, I also wrote an article for like falana falana dhamkana dhamkana stuff that I was working on. And manager will ensure that your article gets enough audience. So this is just a very small fry example you can do, but definitely burger is important, fries on the side. um so this came to my Uber internship came to a great end. I had a great time, and I can talk about for hours at Uber because I love it so much. But I'll quickly move on to my final year, which is quick one. Which now, since I had Uber, I was not afraid of anything. I was not afraid of interviews, so I used to like give interviews just for fun, and just for like, okay, I'm not scared, I can do interviews. So थोड़ा टाइम पास हो जाता था. And कुछ interesting, even more challenging, I can do in my final year. Apart from that, in the final year, I also devoted time to seeing whether I can do something non-tech. So I joined a startup where I had like a project manager kind of role. I also gave some time to Quicksort, which was back then a society which was functioning. It is not functioning, I hope, anymore. But uh, at Quicksort, I used to conduct mock interviews. Um, just being in a leadership position at the society, talking to juniors. And since college had reopened after lockdown, I was extremely scared of exams because I had lost the habit of giving offline exams, so they were a major pain point. And yeah, finally it came to an end. Just during the end of final year, as usual, I decided to appear for an interview at Amazon for their SD role at Dublin. I applied for many other positions as well, but the recruiter reached out for Dublin, and the process included one OA round and one Amazon leadership kind of assessment, which is kind of a stimulated test where you have to basically behave like you are in an actual team. You'll get mails, you have to read mails, and then you have to reply to people. It is all in an assessment kind of environment. I believe that they check how the person is how the person holds their conduct in a work environment. And lastly, the interviews, all the three interviews were held in one day, and they all were tech based interviews. So I would say 50 minutes of uh, technical discussion followed by 10 minutes of Amazon leadership based questions. So if somebody is preparing for it, they can reach out. But again, I can talk about this preparation process and interview for a long time. But I will proceed to my move to Dublin. And last year on 5th September, I joined Amazon Dublin Lambda. And it's been an year that I have been working as a software engineer at Lambda Dublin. And I would say that this switch from Uber to Amazon is a drastic switch. Majorly because at Uber, I was in a really small company. If you compare the scale of engineering teams at Uber and Amazon, you'll see that Amazon has a big engineering scale. So when I joined Amazon, I could see like at Uber you'll come across like in your site you'll come across 10 coding ninjas. But at Amazon the scale is huge. You'll come across hundreds of coding ninjas. People are so intelligent, so smart. They're so experienced, and and the kind of level of problems that are solved at Lambda, they are a separate story. So for me, during the first months, I struggled to just understand code and how that code is interacting with our customers. Eventually, it's been an year. I'm familiar with some portions of the code, but again, most of the code is yet to be explored. So I would say, um, my manager says that during the first year of your corporate journey, you should always hold um, like the philosophy of learning and being curious. I think learning and being curious will take you places. So for like the first few years of your journey into software engineering, it is really important that you're curious and ready to learn new tech, just new things coming your way, and learn and do contribute. So I would say, um, yeah, I think I'm having fun at Lambda. I'm having fun in Dublin, and I'm really grateful to be like seeing everything in my life till now. I'm really grateful to like my friends, college seniors, for all these 5 years. Um, and yeah, that would be the end of my long speech. Thank you.
First of all, the congratulations on 1 year. That's I did not know it was today, so congratulations. It's exactly a
Thank you.
year. I would say that for you, moving from Uber to Amazon was obviously a huge change, right? So how did you like you're like an Indian woman working abroad? How was that experience for you at Amazon especially? It's such a diverse environment.
Yeah, I agree. I think I was not ready to see such level of diversity at Amazon Dublin. Especially Dublin as a place is super welcoming to like immigrants. So you, in Dublin, engineering at Dublin, within the team, you'll see just one Irish or two Irish. Most of the people are Italians, Russians, Chinese, Indians, people from like different Croatians, different countries, and uh, they're just collaborating. They have this common thing of like just the excitement to solve that problem. So and like in my opinion, I did not really face anything that I'm a different person or I'm an Indian woman in a diverse environment, I would say, because I just felt like I'm just another person. I'm like, I was not being looked at anyone which is special or different. So in my opinion, everyone was at the same level culturally, or in terms of diversity. If we talk, of course we are at different levels in terms of knowledge we have in tech,
Hmm.
but um, I would say in terms of the warmness that we receive, that is exactly the same amount, because people are so different that we all are the same. So
Okay.
but of course, when you are an Indian girl, or when or not even girl, if you are just an Indian, you have many different fun cultures and
Hmm.
many different fun festivals that you introduce, um, the non-desis there, and
Yeah.
they are quite interested to know your culture. So that
Okay.
that stuff also happen. You like you celebrate festivals with them, you exchange foods with them, you on lunch you talk about how your culture is different from theirs, and you listen to their stories, etc. So that is all fun. I think that is what the diversity is all about. But again, we are so different that we are all the same, so that does not matter much. Yeah.
I think that's such a relief for everybody to hear that you're all being treated the same, because I think
Yeah.
it's a huge problem that people face, or it's a huge like misconception that people can have that we would not be treated the same. But that I think that's so great. You also mentioned that during lockdown you were able to focus on coding and take good care of your mental health,
Mhm.
which is so important for everybody, like regardless of which year they're in, it is so important, especially during intern, right? So I'm curious, like, how do you maintain that relationship with your mental health and doing your work now that you're in a full-time
Yeah,
job?
that is really difficult, Prisha. That is really
Yeah.
difficult. um I think that maintaining a work life balance is not that necessary for us young people, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I think I can be controversial here, but I don't know. I believe this is what I believe, that when we are young, we can do anything. When we are
Hmm.
young, we can. This is the time that we can learn the most. So, whether you want to learn or whether you want to balance, what is your life? What do you want to balance work with? Your life is limited to having fun. You do not have a family to balance with your work.
Right, right,
So uh, so like for me at my age bandwidth, I would say that I do not view work life balance as an actual concern that I have to give attention to. S- so I don't have a family to take care of. I don't have, of course I have a family to take care of, but I don't have like duties, so I have family take cares of me. So
right,
uh at this stage, I'm happy to like give some extra hours to work in case they reward me later on.
right.
So,
Yeah,
like, work life balance will eventually be of my concern in the coming years, definitely for
hmm,
sure. But as of today, at our age, we have the fire. I think we have a lot of energy. We can actually get things done, even if we are compromising, like, some maybe some fun events. So I think work life balance for me is learning things, and if I'm willing and interested to give some extra hours of work, because I manifest that these extra hours of work will later reward me, and thus I want to do it. So this is my own personal intention and I want to do it, so I do not have to compensate this hour of work with by doing something fun. So
hmm,
f- balancing is just very personal to everybody, I would say. For me, if I want to work extra hours, some days I will work for extra hours, some days, and on the weekends I will not like use my phone at all. I will just sleep the entire time,
right.
pass my weekend away. That is the work life balance.
I love that. That is such a fun perspective on it because I think immediately we're stuck with like, oh, how do I manage these multiple things? But I like another thing you said, flow state, just being in a like just going with the tide, as they say, right?
Yeah.
And I also really like your burger and fries theory. Like, would you say that's a perspective that came like with interning at Uber, or was it something you had decided on beforehand? How did that come about?
I think I heard burger and fries theory in one of the mentorship programs just before Uber.
Okay.
I'm not sure where, but I just heard. I was probably like sleeping during that session, but I just heard burger and fries, and then like I started paying attention to that particular content that the speaker was saying. And it really like it is really beneficial if one really understands the true meaning behind burger and fries. I mean, life changing philosophy, I would say.
Yeah,
Kudos
truly.
to whoever like discovered it. I love it.
Yeah. Uh, so now that it's been a year, how would you say your perspective on just things in general have changed with living in Dublin or being in a full-time job for a year?
Yeah. So like um it's been an year as a full-time job at in Dublin. I would say change of perspective, definitely. If I talk about work, I would say that throughout this year I realized how to actually handle people, how to um, how to decide whether I want to devote this particular time slot I have to task A or task B. So at Amazon, prioritizing things is really important because one person is given like a lot of things to do. So he or she has to really prioritize what they want to do actually in the in the limited time they have. So I would say that I learned prioritizing. I learned handling people, and just software development cycle in general at a company like Amazon. How are like so like we are graduate software. My job profile was a graduate software engineer. I'm just a graduate, so
Yeah.
like just a student, and I'm attending like a stand up with people with such great minds. So you'll definitely learn a lot, and especially in such a uh, team which is really diverse, you'll see that how someone from a different, entirely different background, how are they thinking and how are they approaching a particular problem. Because for me, throughout my life, I've always been with like my family, my friends, just seniors, very limited circle. But then I'm there in Dublin, and I'm with s- like new people with extremely new life um, philosophies, and they are how they are approaching a problem. I think it really teaches you a lot. So I would say that, and also uh, throughout 1 year, you realize that things that you are actually worried about, they are so little. And when time passes and you look back and you say that I was worrying about why the bus was not coming on time, I was worrying about that thing, and look at me today, I have many more things to worry about. So I would say that bade ho jate hain is what I would say.
Right. And as we go on, we realize that thing we were worrying about was so minuscule in the whole,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
phase of
exactly,
life.
exactly. And you realize that what is actually important to you, and you like as an adult you start focusing on that.
Okay, that's so great. I love that. What would you say are like something you see in the future happening with like future things, future technologies? Because I mean, I think we're all just continuously working towards that. So,
Mhm.
in your experience, what would you say is going to take over?
I think everybody around me, my teammates, my mentors who are like 10 years older than me, my mentors who are just like few years older than me, they all are saying that one thing which one industry trend which is about to like explode and boom is AI. So I would answer this question with just AI. I think the upcoming 10 years are reserved for AI. So anyone who is entering AI, that is really exciting. So personally, I'm not yet working on machine learning or AI. I used to work at Uber, but not anymore at Lambda. So I personally, if given a chance, I would definitely would like to like switch to something which is AI or ML based. So I think the upcoming trend in the industry is definitely AI.
Okay, yeah, I think that's mostly what everyone's hearing. So I guess it's a good way to know, like a good path to be on to, because there's so much in AI and it's vast, it's so vast, so many different things can happen. And yeah, I would say that I would ask you like what is your mentors you mentioned, right? What do you think is some of the best advice that they've given to you that you would like to convey to our audience as well?
Um, so for advice, I think that advices are very specific to what time you are in your life. So I think the people are at different times in their life. Um, so some advices I would say that I heard and they can apply is basically my favorite and your favorite too, which is the burger and fries
Yeah,
advice. The second thing would be my advice would be to really ensure that you have a good company. Um, company, I'm talking about the friends, the circle.
friends, right? Yeah.
I mean, the people you sit with every day, talk to every day. I think it's really important that you have a good company. Um, people who are not using your energy, who are adding to your energy is really
Yeah.
important. Also, I think taking care of your mental health by any means. So for me, physical exercises was the mean to like ensure that I have a good mental health. For you, it might be different. So I think keeping uh, your mental health at peace is really important, and just taking care of yourself, your body, etc. It is really important. It will ultimately give you results, any kind of results that you want to. I think simple advices, nothing more.
Right. If your
That's
body is not well, like I don't think your mind
yeah,
is going to work that well either,
yeah,
right? So our audience is a very inquisitive one. I would say let's open the floor to some questions, right?
yeah. Okay.
So what would be your advice to any second year studying karate?
Um, Second year, yeah. I think during second year, it is really important to identify what you want to do with the remaining years of your college. And once you've decided, it is time that you actually start doing. Um, like doing the things which are required to do so. I mean, the question is very open, so I would say that identify what you are interested in. Secondly, take action towards it. And thirdly, try to be friends with seniors. They are
Yeah.
the key.
Right. Okay, that's such good advice. Yeah. What about participation in hackathons during your school year and how it you did participate? How did they
um,
help you out?
yeah, so I did not participate in many hackathons. I participated in just few hackathons during my time. I participated mostly in the like in the uh, like competitions which have like coding things to do. So Innerve is a great opportunity if people are seeing like thinking about what to add on their resume. So you participate in the events that happen at Innerve, and you easily like you prepare and then you win. You can easily add them to your resume. They are really really helpful. So for me, I haven't participated in many hackathons, but I participated in two or three. And how hackathons really helped me was um, they teach you teamwork a lot. They teach you how to identify that what is your strength and how you can like contribute uh, to the team using your skills. And overall it teaches you how to communicate your ideas better, which is really really important. I think in corporate world it is really important that you communicate what is in your head very efficiently, so that the
Right.
person in front of you understands. So I think in like hackathons really help you in a way.
That's that's so great to hear. Now, what is something that you or you would say that your peers that or just students in general stressed about during the bachelor's that you didn't like that you realize that it doesn't matter now. Why was I stressing about it so much?
um I would say hmm, social media. uh, I would say public image. I
Right.
would say um, things that do not matter are um, where you get an internship. Things that do not matter are where you get a job. Uh,
Mhm.
Things that do not matter are how you look or appear, and how the other girls around you are like. Um, I mean, things that matter are just how you feel about yourself and what you want to do, um, and just taking action for it. So people stress about um, so people stress about college exams and assignments and CGPA, and I would not say that they do not matter. Yes, they matter. They are stressing about the right thing. People
Mhm.
stress about internships, jobs, etc. I would say that yes, I mean, the stress is valid, but we where you get an internship, where you get a job, does not really matter unless your long term goal is to be a good software engineer. So, if your goal is to be a software engineer, it does not matter which company you join, because then it will be the company's reward that they are getting you. So, you have to be I mean, you have to look in the long term. So I think people stress about the short term goals, that I'm not getting a company which is paying this much amount, I'm getting a company which is paying less. It does not matter.
I think that's such a cool perspective to hear about it. Now, I think our next question is that being freshers, things are very intimidating. College is a whole new journey. So, what do you think that they should do to manage with some any kind of self-doubt or imposter syndrome, as you had mentioned?
I think it's very natural to be intimidated. It's very natural to feel scared about what is going around you. uh, Also, it will scare you more when you'll see like people are doing a lot around you, and you'll start thinking that you are doing nothing. And people are doing so many things, you are capable of doing nothing. And then if you just start thinking it in that direction, you'll attract the similar thoughts. So you'll just have all the negative thoughts and loops of thoughts coming to your mind, and it will get more difficult to escape. So I would say that if anything you find intimidating, if you find any kind of environment scary, I would say go and touch it. I would say just go and talk to the person who is trying to intimidate you. If you are seeing someone, and if you're seeing that, oh ये तो बहुत कुछ कर रही है, oh इसने तो ये भी कर लिया, oh इसने ये भी कर लिया, and you're stressing, you're like मैं तो कुछ भी नहीं करा है, just go talk to her. Just sit with her, go talk to her, be friends with her, and um you'll see that, I mean, it is doable, and you'll start doing yourself. So I would say that if you're finding anything intimidating, any any event, any task, any person, go more closer to it. Try to be really close to that scary thing. It'll take a big huge effort to do so, but once you are very close to that, it will not scare you. You'll have a good self confidence.
Right, it's like fear itself, right? You
Yeah,
don't fear
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mostly there is no actual fear, but it's just the fear that you have created. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think we'll take two to three more questions. Um,
Yeah.
this person is asking, what do you think is the most important thing or the most attractive thing that you can add to your resume for a company?
Yeah, I think it depends on the company a lot. But what I have observed is that a good CGPA is a good attracting point. Number two would be good profile and coding ranks. They are a good attractive point. And on the resume, ensure that you have good catchy keywords, because most of
Okay.
the resumes are not read by like humans, since they are like
AI
since they
sent through
go through
AI, right?
like the machine. If you have keywords like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, you'll have, of course, you're not throwing keywords on your resume. You're doing something related to those keywords. But I would say, yeah, uh, try to have good, strong keywords. Try to have good coding ranks and profiles as achievements. Um, and if you have work experience, that's an add on. If you do not have a work experience, try to bring interesting projects and try to frame them like in a way that sound more interesting, that will get like 5x times, five more times interesting than they actually are. So I think that is a good resume.
Oh, that's great. Uh, are there any research internships that are worth doing for like MNCs or SDE roles that you think you're like you have to do this internship? It's just great.
I personally did not do any research internships. If you are like aiming for an SD role as a fresh graduate, Definitely, research internships are worthy, I would say, because the recruiter or the person who is hiring you knows that you were in college, and thus you are thus that is why you actually devoted your time to a research internship. So research internships, I would say, are valid because you are in college, and if you're interested in a particular thing and doing a internship, research based internship, there is no wrong, I think. um, if it has a good technical foundation to it, if this research internship has a good technical foundation to it, I would say it is as strong as an SD internship.
Okay, that's so. I mean, doesn't matter if it's an R&D role you're applying for or an MG. Research internships are always just great for learning, especially.
Yeah, as a fresher, if you have various kinds of experience on your resume, they are definitely an add-on. Research internships, I think they are not bad, they are nice to have.
Okay. So how do you prioritize? You mentioned prioritizing is a thing you'd learned throughout your journey. So how do you know what is most important to you or your tasks which are most important?
um so yeah, since everybody around us is doing so many things, what you can do is that you can you can schedule or to do all those things by yourself for 1 week. So you decide that this week I'm going to try Android development, because maybe some Ria is doing Android development. I'll try doing that maybe for 2 3 days. I'll try to do web development for the next 3 days. I'll try to, I mean, if you are really intimidated and if you're not yet able to identify what is really your interest is, you can try many things. Try all of the things. Like if you want to even have a social media related kind of kick, you can try that. You can try many things. This is what the first 2 years of college are all about. Try as many things as you can, and then you can decide what you want to pay your attention to, what you actually like. And in this process you will actually realize that this is what you like to do, and you will start doing that. So you will then focus your time and energy to things that you interest you actually.
Okay, that's that's so great. I think this is our last question for the day. So I would just wrap it up by saying this was such a wonderful session. I'm so sure everybody is so excited that they learned so much from you, and you really have a lot of insightful knowledge to give us.
Thank you.
Um, Thank you so much for making time out of your what I'm so sure is like a very busy schedule that you have. Thank you
No
for your
problem.
time,
Thank you, Prisha.
and thank you so much to the audience. I hope you all learned a great deal. I know I sure did. So thank you everybody. That's all. Good night.